Hey guys, so I'm trying something new. I never really showed my face in any of my videos. I've never really had anything against it. So I'm trying to see if it will be more beneficial or less. Still trying out different things to see what would make my channel better. And so we'll see. But this is going to be my decode on the death of Jacob Rothschild, and I'm not going to be talking about like the 87 at all. I'm not saying that it's not important, but I'm just obviously his name equals 87. So the stuff that I'm going to be focusing on is just a little bit more complex, but it's relevant, and let's just get into it. It has to do with some of the stuff that I showed in my last decode with the 589. And again, this is the framework. Most of my work is centered around this, and I learned this from 7.1. 3313, for a quick review, is all about Revelation 8:11 being the cornerstone or the capstone of this formula. So what that is, it's these three verses, the relationship between these three are related to the dimensions of the Pyramid of Giza. So Revelation 6:12 to 8:11 is 33 verses away, and from 8:11 to 9:11 is 13 verses away. So that's how you're gonna. This is where the 3313 comes in, and 6:12 plus 8:11 plus 9:11 equals 2,334, and the base of each side of the Great Pyramid of Giza is 230.34 meters. So today is the 26th of February 226. So the second prime number is 3, and the second prime number is 3, and the sixth prime number is 13, 3313, and I believe the rest of what I have to show is going to validate what I'm showing here. So his full name, Jacob Rothschild, 4th Baron Rothschild, that's what comes up right when you type his name, like in Google. It equals 345, and the 345th prime number is 2,333. So going from when you convert 3313 into the date 3/31/3, so 3313, to his death today is 20 years, 333 days, just like 2333, the 345th prime number. Okay, so I was thinking about this verse, Revelation 18:11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. I'm not really getting too specific about what this is really prophesying about. I was just thinking about the main idea with the merchants, and we have the Rothschilds, but I did find some connections, and this 1178 is a recap of what I was sharing in the 589 video, because I shared the significance of the time span between 9/11 and the eclipse, which is 1178 weeks exactly, and when you divide that in half, it's 589. The prime factorization, I was even talking about the 1/8/11 in the last video. So here we are again. The first prime is 2, the 8th prime is 19, and the 11th prime is 31. So 1811, 1811, and the Geomatria value, the ordinal value of the verse, is 978, and the 978th prime number is 7703. So this is where the next page is gonna be going off of the 7703. So from 7703 to his death is 20 years, 33 weeks, and 3 days. Again, 2333, the 345th prime number, just like how his name is 345. And what makes this even crazier is that this is the same span, but this equates to 20 years, 7 months, and 19 days, and 20,719 is the 2,333rd prime number. So there's definitely some relationship between his name being 345, this prime number. This prime number comes from the verse that talks about the merchants of the earth, and it connects back to his name here in two ways. That's pretty interesting. That seems too hard to be just a meaningless connection. And when you add the end date, this is the same thing that we just looked at, but when you add the end date, it's 20 years, 33 weeks, and 4 days. So that connects back to the formula that 612 plus 811 plus 911 equals 2,334, and the base of each side of the pyramid is 230.34 meters. So think about how interesting that is, that I started from just today's date being the second prime, and or the second prime being 3, second prime being 3, the sixth prime being 13, and after all that it connects back to the 2,334. So it seems kind of impossible to be a coincidence, especially because, again, with 811 being in the middle of this formula, and even this branches off of that, because you can get the 1811 from here, which is 589 plus 589, and 589, the prime factorization is 19 times 31, the 8th and 11th prime numbers. So I think I'm going to talk about the 589 a little bit more. Yeah, right here. Okay. So his death to the date 2334 in the future is 9 years and 49 weeks. So this 949, it connects to 811 in two ways, using time conversion. So 9:45 a.m. it's 589 minutes into the day, and again the prime factorization of 589 is 19 times 31. The 8th prime is 19, the 11th prime is 31. Revelation 8:11. And 8:11 a.m. It leaves 949 minutes into the day, or left in the day. So from 8:11 a.m. to the end of the day is 949 minutes. So this is like double coded towards the 8:11. So again, this is the halfway point between 9/11 and the eclipse, and it's, like I said, it's 589 weeks after 9/11 and before the eclipse. So referring to this as the 589th week to his death is 4,081 days. and we looked at that in the last video. The original height of the Great Pyramid of Giza is 481 feet. 481. That's with the capstone, the original height. And reviewing, this is a review. 481, the prime factorization is 13 times 37, and it's the 6th prime and the 12th prime. Revelation 6:12 about the great earthquake, and that's part of this equation. Five, 8, 9 to his death is 14 years, 42 weeks. And 1442, that's the Geomatria ordinal value of Revelation 9:11, which is also in the equation. 1442, 1442, that's the value of Revelation 9:11. Revelation 13:17. This is another verse that came to my mind because it had to do with like money and all that. So this is no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, name of the beast, number of his name. The value of this verse is 938, and the prime factorization is 2 times 7 times 67, like 2767. That's the 403rd prime number. So the 403, it has to do with the verse number that these 3 verses are in Revelation. So the 600, or Revelation 6:12 is the 108th verse of Revelation. Revelation 8:11 is the 141st verse. Revelation 9:11 is the 154th verse of Revelation. So when you add 108 plus 141 plus 154, it equals 403. So the 403 and the 403rd prime number is 2767, just like this verse. The value is 938, and the prime factorization is 2 times 7 times 67. So it's this is also related to all of this pyramid stuff. And the fact that it has to do with the Rothschilds, or at least the whole merchant thing, the buying and selling and all that. Again, I'm not like making a direct connection to what that verse is literally prophesying, but just looking at the main theme. This one about buying or selling. So what the Rothschilds' legacy is. I don't have to really go into it. Looking at the 2767, from 2767 to his death is 2,977 weeks exactly. I believe that is a reference to the 2,977 total victims on 9/11. With the 403, showing how the 403 is just insanely related to this this triad. So the prime factorization of 403 is 13 times 31. So the way that it connects to Revelation 6:12 is that is the 1331 is the ordinal value of Revelation 6:12, and that's when you include Revelation 6:12 before the verse. So it equals 1331. It connects to Revelation 8:11 because the time of 13:31 p.m. is 811 minutes into the day, and it connects to Revelation 9:11 through the events of 9/11, because the event happened 13 years 31 days after Osama bin Laden took office. He became the first Emir of Al-Qaeda on this date. So it's 13 years 31 days that's when the events happened. So 3 connections to the triad. 403, and again 403 is 108 plus 141 plus 154. So going back to Revelation 18:11, the merchants of the earth and the 978. I'm going to connect this to the pyramid again. So in base 978 in base 12, it equals 1388 in base 10. Thank you again to 7-1. I learned this from him. So the 1388 is extremely relevant to the pyramid. So that after erosion of the pyramid, it shrunk to 138.8 meters, and that is going to further connect to 811, because 811 in the base 10, it equals 577 in base 12, and when you add 811 plus 577, it equals 1388. So this is totally connected to the pyramid as well. And going from the date, this is really interesting right here. Going from the date 1811, but it's of the year 1811, so it's double coded. If you see what I mean there, overall it's the date 1811 of the year 1811, so it's 1811 double coded. To his death is 213 years and 7 weeks. So 2137, that's the 322nd prime number for Skull and Bones connection. And move up. 2137, the date to his death is 31801 days. This is a reference to Revelation because there's 404 total verses in Revelation, and the 404th prime number is 2777. So 2777 plus 404 equals 3181, just like 3181. 2137, this is the same that we just looked at, to his death is 4,543 weeks exactly, and 4543 in base 10 equals 2767 in base 12, and 2767 again is the 403rd prime number. So it's just, yeah. Going back to the 612 aspect, the 612th prime number is 4,513, The fourth prime number is 7. The fifth prime number is 11. The 13th prime number is 41. And from 7, 11, 41 to his death is 30,181 days. Again, just like how 2777 plus 404 equals 3181 in ordinal. So just keep the 1451 in mind, or just like another number that I've been looking at a lot, because I took the 403 with when you add up the 108, 141, and 154, and then I added the 2334, which is the 612 plus 811 plus 911, and you get 2737. And I've found a lot of things that connect to this, so I believe that there is some water to adding these two together and looking at the value. And the prime factorization of this number 518 is 2 times 7 times 37, so yeah, 2737. Oh no, so the 518th prime number is 3709. So when you go from 3709, the date, to Jacob Rothschild's death, it's 14 years 51 weeks, just like how Revelation 13:18 equals 1451. And if you go from 1451 to 3709, it's 58 years and 9 weeks. So it's just, it all goes back to 811. So 589, the prime factorization is 19 times 31, the 8th prime number and the 11th prime number, Revelation 8:11. So just, it's crazy. Okay, we're almost at the end. So he from the date 6606 to Jacob Rothschild's death, it's 212 months and 21 days. So this is a reference to the ox, the last ox year. It started on 2/12/21. I'm going to show you how this connects to 3313 regarding the ox, and really appreciate this feedback from Seven regarding, I talked about this movie The Dark Phoenix from X-Men in my last video, and I'm just bringing this up to further connect this to the 3313 because Seven mentioned that 3313 is the 24th star number and the 15th star prime number. So that just means that it's the 15th star number that is a prime number. So 24, the 24th letter of the alphabet is X, and the 15th letter is O. So you get your XO. Just like, so they're totally showing that in this movie poster. And like ox, OX, XO. So that's how this further connects to the 3313, especially because I chose the 666 because of Revelation 13:18. So very interesting that it happens to match the ox year to his death, or the date that matches the ox year, and 3313 is the 24th star, 15th star prime, so it connects to the XO. and it's further validated in his video from a while ago that he talked about this. He mentioned that 2415 is the 69th triangular number, and so when you go from 2415 to the start of the ox year, it's 6 years and 9 days. So there's totally something to that. I think that just proves that like this that he stumbled upon or found, it is validated regarding the exo, and like what are the odds that it's 2415 is the 69th triangular number, and then from 2415 to the start of the ox year is 69 days. So that just shows that this is very significant. You know, from 6606 to his death is this span that matches the date that the last ox year started. So yeah, that's all I have. Yeah, that's all I have for today. I think what this all really wraps back around to is the fact, just the very first page, how he died on 226, and the second prime is 3, second prime is 3, sixth prime is 13, and it wraps all the way back around to the 3313 at the very end, with Seven's comment here. That's pretty much all I have for today. I know that this probably is very technical. I wanted to approach this from a different angle. I always try to do that. I try not to, I guess, be redundant and share information that's just already there that people can share better than I can. I just like to fill in the gaps. And yeah, thanks for the feedback on the last video. It was really encouraging. I think I'm gonna keep going, and it's kind of why I was motivated to make this one. And hopefully this, trying this with the webcam, hopefully it was more beneficial. I felt like it made it a lot more, I guess, of a better, enjoyable process, because it just felt like less like impersonal. So yeah, maybe I'll try doing it again, but until next time, let me know what you think, give me some feedback, add on to this. Yeah, whatever, if I missed anything, or if there's anything else like you can think of, please drop it in the comments. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.